Hi, Dr. Grice. Thank you so much for posing this question about how counselors can remain competent other than just self-monitoring. I read an article by Jason Newell that's a competency-based approach to teaching self-care and self-monitoring to social workers, but I think the same thing applies to counselors and anyone working in the mental health field. One of the things they really talk about is teaching counselors how to take care of themselves in school and in courses, and not just telling them how to care for themselves, but teaching them specific ways to do it so that they can begin implementing it now rather than just hearing about it. Because it also talks about how new counselors are all the more susceptible to burnout because they haven't, really been taught effective ways to care for themselves yet before they start practicing. So they talk about ways to do that and ways to maintain competency that is ethical. And I think another way to really do that well is to be multiculturally competent. And the ACA Code of Ethics covers, the importance of counselors maintaining multicultural competence. And I personally feel that the best way to do that is to immerse yourself in different cultural experiences. I think counselors can attend seminars and workshops and read, and all those things are great, but I personally believe that immersing yourself around people that are different from you and going to different cultural events and asking questions about it and getting to know people is really going to help you to be able to understand the culture and be able to build relationships that are culturally competent with your clients. That's going to help the counseling relationship and the progress in therapy all the more better. And so I think that's really important. And I also think that consultation is very underrated. Counselors can self-monitor, but there's only so much self-monitoring and things that counselors can see about themselves. And other counselors can see more. On the outside looking in, they're going to notice more than maybe that counselor would notice in themselves. And so I think being comfortable around your coworkers and building those relationships with other counselors so that they are able to comfortably consult with one another and hold each other liable and accountable. I think there's so much to be said about that. And even in your own personal relationships, I think those people are going to see things that you can't see and be able to hold you accountable and tell you when you need to take some rest so that you can remain competent and can see those things and make sure that you're providing the best care for your client, because self-monitoring can only go so far. But I think it's really important for us to consider multiple ways that we can remain competent and seek the help that we need when that time comes. But I really like the question that you posed. Thank you for always helping us to think about these things.